Hi everyone, today we're taking a look at the new Natasha Denona I Need a Cool palette. I am always attracted to shades like this. Cool tones always call my name, but they don't always translate the best on my skin tone. They always kind of end up looking gray and blue. I am hoping that that is not the case with this color story because it's a very beautiful one, and I never actually usually I don't get the true translation of these shades on my eyes. So this is something that I want to explore today and see if this is actually a cool color story. Yes, it is. When you look at it, it does definitely look cool. But does it look like that? Does it appear that way because the tones are so muted and kind of grayed down? Or is it truly cool? Maybe it's neutral. We'll find out today. And also, the third thing I want to find out today, because I have not played around with this palette, is whether or not the looks you can get from this are versatile, or are we just going to get the same? So let's take a quick look at this packaging, then I'll do some swatches and we'll get into some looks. I am loving this packaging. It's very kind of industrial looking and perfect for what you get inside. I think it's a perfect choice for the outer packaging. On the back, of course, we get our holes where we can pop these colors out and you can mix and match any of your MIDI Natasha Denona shades and create your own. The back is textured. I just think this is a gorgeous outer packaging. You can just tell there's a lot of thought behind the packaging of all of Natasha Denona's MIDI palettes, and I do appreciate that a lot. Before we move on to the swatches, here is a very up close and personal look at the palette. Now, cool doesn't have to mean only brown, taupe, and gray. We have cool pinks, cool greens, cool blues. This palette is a very specific interpretation of cool. It's muted browns, taupes, grays, and icy neutrals. Now, let's move on to some quick swatches. I swatch a little differently. I'm not swatching left to right as the shades appear in the pan. I group them by finish, and I try to get the gradient as close as I possibly can. And the reason I do that is so that we can see how deep we can go, how similar some of the shades are. And you've all told me that it is quite helpful for you to see swatches like that. It is very helpful for me. So that's what I'm going to do today. Let's start with the mattes. I forgot to mention all of the shades in this palette are new. We don't have any repeat shades, but starting with the mattes, there are 7 of them. We have Cove, Nimbus, Slab, which has a little bit of mauve to it, a little bit of purple in there, but very close to Nimbus. Then we move on to Cube, Chisel, which is barely showing up because it is probably my skin tone. And then we have Tatra, which is it's a taupe, but I can even see it on my hand swatch here, that this one might show up blue on me, but we'll see. And then we have this very stone-like, almost white, but there's a gray to it, a very concrete kind of color called Cloud. I see a distinction in the lighter shades. Over here, we might start looking a little bit samey, but we'll see when we get these on the eyes. And we have 5 metallics. This is Shale, Zelda, Moosh, Crescent, and Zima. These are the 5 metallics, and I went ahead and added the final 3, which are sparkling foil shades. This one is Sterling, this one is Chime, and this one is Glacier. Now, they all are pretty different on the swatch. If you look really closely, they do differ. They each have their own kind of undertone to them. I feared that these would all kind of look the same. However, they are quite different from each other, at least in the swatch. So here we are side by side, anything dazzly on this side and all the mattes on this side. And there is our color story. Formula-wise, just by swatching, I can tell it's the same beautiful Natasha Denona formula that I love very much. Formula is not in question here. This color story, I'm hoping it's for me because it is quite beautiful. And of course, all of Natasha's midis are laid out in a way where you can make a look going across, vertically, in quads, diagonally, whatever you want. And that's a really good guide if you really don't know where to start. I think for today, I want to concentrate on this side of the palette that looks actually, when I'm looking at it in the monitor, looks maybe a little on the warm side or more neutral. I'm not sure. We'll see what it looks like. And then I'll move over to the other side of the palette and see if we can do something lighter, and hopefully it doesn't turn blue on me and everything stays true to color. And of course, I'll dip into this center row where I feel is necessary. That center shade GREYish is absolutely stunning. So let's get into the looks. I've already prepped my eyes with concealer and powder. And for look number one, I think I'm going to start with Chisel in the crease using a Rephr 14. This shade is really, really nice, very close to my skin tone. It's pretty neutral and not pulling gray, which is fantastic, and it blends beautifully. Moving on to deepen the outer corner, I went into the shade Slab, Rephr 01. The shade's really nice, a little mauvey with I think like a tinge of gray there, making it cool. And it looks really, really nice, applied nicely. But I want to deepen my outer corner just a little bit more. So I'm going to dip into the shade called Nimbus, which is similar to Slab, but a little bit deeper. So I just used the same brush and flipped the brush over, and it deepened my outer corner, but not by much, not by much. Those two shades are very, very, very similar. I was curious to see if I could deepen this even more. So COVID is, and I used a Rephr 02. It essentially looks like the same shade. I know I'm applying over top of them, but still I don't see a big difference. Moving along the lid, I went into the shade Shell using a Rephr 28. This is a very, very pretty shade. I'm just placing it right next to the matte, not all the way across my lid. And then we get into the sparklies, okay? And I went into Chime. This has a little bit of a pink to it. It is gorgeous, a gorgeous sparkling foil, and it brightened everything up. So, so beautiful. I did get a little bit of glitter fallout from this one. Just keep that in mind. And then I went ahead and added Glacier, the middle shade, in the inner corner. It has a similar effect to Chime, except it's more icy and champagne-y. For the lower lash line, I went back into Slab with a Rephr 02. Overall, this is a cool look, definitely, and I'm not surprised since it's a cool palette. But overall, it looks a little bit purpley mauve on me. And I hadn't added some mascara, and this is the completed first look. All right, moving on to the right side of the palette, the lighter looking end of the palette, and see what we get. For look number two, I started with the shade Cube for the crease using a Rephr number 14, and this was so much deeper than I expected it to be, and it is quite gray on me. So I tried to lighten that up with the shade Tatra with a Rephr 13, just over top, just try to lighten things up, which turns out this shade is a straight up gray on me, like a stone gray, even though it looks taupe in the pan. But I did manage to lighten things up a little bit. Then I went into the shade Crescent, which is a metallic, but let's see how it looks on the outer corner. I'm really, really curious about this shade using a Rephr 02. And this looks quite silver. So back to Cube to deepen things up a little bit. For my lid, I used my pinky and went into the shade Zelda. And it's pretty, but it is very, very icy. nothing like the pan would suggest, at least on me. And then moving over to the inner corner, I went into the shade Zima. And Zima is also very, very cool and icy. All right, I could just leave it here, but I do want to try adding the shade Sterling to the center of the lid, just to intensify the sparkle, because Sterling is a sparkling foil. And this looks like such a deep shade in the pan, but over top of the others is looking quite light. This look deserves a liner, so I'm going into Cove, which is the deepest chocolatey looking brown. And this is nice. It kind of anchors the look. And then for the lower lash line, I did a mix of Tatra in Cube with an N23. And then I added Glacier in the inner corner. And I think that just leaves Cloud as the only shade I haven't used in this palette, although I think I know where that would go. So I added mascara, and overall I'm getting an icy, cool silver and gray look. There is no taupe in sight for me, I'm afraid. So here is a final look number 2. Both eyes done. I mean, they both look pretty. Taking a look at this palette next to these eye looks, what are we thinking? What I'm getting on my eyes versus what our eyeballs can see from this palette. So, is this a cool palette? 100%. It is a cool palette. Now, does it turn gray and blue on me? It really does. I mean, just holding this up next to me, for this look, we stayed on this side of the palette, and it looks kind of mauvey gray on me. And then for this eye, I was up here in this part of the palette hoping to achieve, a little bit of a lighter look, since that's the lighter end of this palette. And I couldn't really do that. These translate quite deep on my eyes, and the overall look is quite gray, silver, with a little bit of blue. Now, these two looks are different enough, I would say. Like, we're leaning mauvey on this side, more gray blue on this side. But do I think you'll be able to get wildly different looks out of this palette? No, I think at the end of the day, you're going to look a little bit same with a little bit of variety. Now, I do want to play around with it a little bit more. I was very, very surprised by how deep this shade was on me. This shade Chisel is the closest I think I came to anything not looking too gray on me. This shade right here that looks very, very dark, I can't remember the name of it right now. This one right here, the sparkling foil, looks so deep silver in the pan, but it ends up having, kind of a just a silver reflectivity. Very pretty, very pretty. Just, I wasn't sure what I was going to get out of this palette, because tones like this end up looking like this on my eyes. I think this palette will translate differently depending on the person wearing it. If you are like me and this happens to you with these taupey shades, likely it'll happen. I'm not saying that that's going to happen for sure, but what I feared was going to happen kind of happened. Now, don't get me wrong, I think it's beautiful. I don't mind these looks, but I would love to see a taupe be a taupe on my eyes, I think it's beautiful though. I mean, look at it. It is gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful to look at in person. It looked much more muted online. I thought, oh, a sea of gray. But no, quite beautiful to look at. I love it, but I don't know if it's going to be a favorite of mine, only because I want to get what I see and hear, and it just doesn't work that way for me personally. I sometimes do love doing looks like this for sure, but at least now I know that that's what I get from this palette. Again, overall, very beautiful. Quality is there, blendability is there. All good on the formula front. You won't be disappointed there. I just think this is for a specific cool toned lover. And finally, because there aren't that many out there. These looks are super pretty though, aren't they? I mean, they look kind of the same, but they're still pretty in their own way. In terms of comparisons There are about a million comparisons out there on the interwebs. I'm sure you have come across them. However, if there is something specific that you would like this compared to, if I have it in my collection, please reach out. I will post on my community tab and let everyone else see the comparison as well. Or you can find me on Instagram on DM and I can send it to you directly. So what do you guys think about this palette? What do you think about these looks? Have you picked this up? Is this your kind of color story? Are you jumping for joy because finally there is a cool palette out in the market? Please do let me know. I love hearing from you all and I will meet you in the comments. Well, that is it. That is all for this video. I really hope you found it helpful. As always, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel down below if you have not already. Follow me on Instagram too, and I will see you in the next one, hopefully.